Fantastic. So everybody, welcome. My name is Kreel Hutchinson. I'm going to be hosting the Prosperity and Health Alliance webinar training this evening. And tonight's presentation is going to be called Facing Life's Challenges with an Entrepreneurial Mindset. And so one of the topics that I love most in life is really around personal development and how we show up for the day-to-day events. And you're an Adu business being one of that. But really this topic is going to fit us all at different times and different places in our life, because the one thing we can guarantee on life is that the only thing that is constant is change. And this is a well-known philosopher, Heraclitus, that put this, and it's been adopted into different emojis and memes along the way. But the reality is, life is constantly changing for us. And whether you're in the highs or the lows, the best advice is not to get too attached to it, because right around the corner, change is going to come. And so we're going to focus on how to embrace that change with an entrepreneurial mindset, how to be prepared and how you show up for life's events. Because it's not so much what life deals you, it's how you respond to that is really going to determine, who you are, your success, your happiness, your health long term. So let's talk briefly around some of the life's challenges that we are all going to face. No one watching this, no one on the planet is going to be immune to this. This is kind of like basic education that in elementary school we should have been told that there's certain things that are going to happen to us, and some of them are going to be hard along the way. So how we respond to them. So let's talk about it. Life challenges can look like relationships. You're looking for one, you're in one, you're married, you're getting divorced, you're single, you're in a couple. All along the way, relationships are going to change. So this is your most intimate, to your business relationships, to your church relationships, to your yoga school, whatever you might be into. We have so many relationships, and without warning, they can change dramatically, right? Also our health. This is a big one for people, that all of a sudden a phone call or one visit to the doctor can change your health or somebody in your family's health immediately. And all of a sudden you're left with what to do now, right? Business. You're one phone call away from having the security that you think you have in your job or your business absolutely be transformed, right? And so that can be a very scary moment. Family, we've kind of talked about, but we're one phone call away, we're one email away, we're one message away from being in a situation that can be quite trying, full of hardship. At the same time, also great stuff can happen. But we're going to more focus, this webinar is really about how to show up and deal with those hard challenges that we're all going to face. And then you have stuff with the economy. Some people do well when it's going up. Some people do well when it's going down. It's how people position themselves and their mindset around those changes. Some things in life we can control, but most things we're just going to be out of our control. And then there's the environment. Hey, you could be in a place that has a sudden disaster, and how you're going to show up and respond to that. And the changing environment in around the planet. How those things are going to deliver you the opportunity to make some choices and how to show up. And then also in network marketing. As you know, within an Adu business, you're also in the direct selling industry. And something that constantly happens in this industry is things change. People leave, leaders find other groups, training systems all of a sudden change. What you thought you were doing for the last 2-3 years, all of a sudden there's a new program and it's heading in a new direction. So we really need to be ready to embrace these changes with the right attitude, right? So talking about that is really about being the entrepreneurial mindset. And here's some things, just to reflect on. Where is the opportunity for me to grow, to develop, to become stronger and add more value to my mission through the obstacle or the change that has just happened for me, right? We can go through a process that sometimes life deals you a really hard card, and obviously we need to find our way through accepting that, appreciating the teaching, even if it's very painful. But we don't want to dwell in that pain and negativity for too long or become a victim to our circumstances. or slide from, getting down to getting depressed, right? It's how we respond to these big changes in our life will really determine who we are. And that impact is going to be influencing everything around you. So looking for the opportunity, that's the first thing the entrepreneurial mindset needs to be when you're facing life's challenges. Number two, focus on the opportunity versus the hardship. If you get stuck dwelling in why did this happen to me, why are they doing this, trying to overthink it, looking for blame, looking for someone to make excuses along the way, you're missing the valuable lesson to move forward and seize the opportunity that's been created. And then the third thing, a blessing in disguise attitude. Entrepreneurs see that whatever's dealt to them, there is a hidden message and meaning that is in alignment for them to reach their larger vision and goal. They just need to be the ones to find it. If you don't have that mindset, you can get taken out for weeks, months, years, decades from one bad move, one bad email, phone call, deal that didn't go through. All of a sudden, you're derailed, right? We need to be able to see life's challenges and deal with them. So here's a quote that I found that I really like. Challenges are what makes life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful, right? We've heard this cliche, it's not the destination, but it's the journey along the way that really defines the value of the destination, the value of your life. It's not about making $1 million. It's about what the person you became along that way to become the one that can now earn $1 million, and all the people you influenced in doing that journey. So if you have the entrepreneurial mindset, meaning entrepreneurship is not easy, as we all know if you've been in it for about one day. There's hardships, there's challenges. It's a unique thing. That's why often people will prefer to stay with the pack and stay in jobs and in security industries like that. Versus you step out of the pack and you're an entrepreneur, expect things to go sideways at times, and you got to be fortified in your belief that you can handle it and move forward. So we're going to talk about the 3 main mindset keys to keep in contact with as you go through these changes. So mindset number 1 is adaptability. And we're going to go in depth in each one of these, but let's just review the 3 mindset keys: adaptability, tenacity, which is such a beautiful quality, and we can see that in so many of the people that change the world, their tenacity, their unwillingness to accept their circumstances as they were, and they made change happen. And number 3, a deep knowing of trust, which also ties into spiritual principles, which Wade did a great webinar a couple of weeks ago on this topic, right? So let's dive a little deeper into these 3 areas. Adaptability. Entrepreneurs have always a bigger vision. So whatever's going on in the small, medium scale, that there is an opportunity to see how does this challenge fit me towards moving towards a bigger vision. If you had a business relationship end all of a sudden and pushes you in a new direction, that new direction may actually be more in alignment with what you need to do to become the better leader or the better business or to show up for your family or show up for your life in a better way. So the adaptability to take what life has given, and make lemonade, right? If we've heard the saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, right? See the value, don't get stuck thinking, hey, what's next for me? Yes, we need to, at a deep level, accept when things are really challenging in our life, and we will all have varying degrees of hardship. So this isn't to say that, the passing of death of a key person in your life or a significant deal not going through doesn't need proper time to really engage in a therapeutic process to come to terms with that. I just encourage people to make that as short as possible, because there is life after these circumstances. There is life after passings. A friend of mine loves to say, what's in your way is your way. And for me, that really strikes positively. No matter what life is going to serve me, this is the path I need to move through. So it's how to do it with grace. The adaptability is a big part of this. What teachings or lessons is being offered to me through this experience? Really key to tap into that. And personal responsibility, not being a victim. This is easy enough to say, but it's very difficult to actually psychologically wrap ourselves around situations that occur for us that create a lot of hardship. Business, family, relationships, we may be accused of things that aren't accurate. We may never get to defend ourselves. We may be, something may be precious, be taken away from us, and we have nothing we can do about it. We feel unjust. And so we need to come to terms with that and realize that my personal responsibility is to say, hey, somehow I've helped this create. I don't like it. I wish it hadn't, but I'm responsible at some level. And so rather than being not responsible, if you're not responsible, then life is out of control and you can slip into becoming the victim. If you're responsible, which takes massive amount of fortitude on behalf of all of us to show up to life and take full responsibility for your business, your actions, the choices that you've made, the choices you made 10 years ago, and you've become a different person. We're still responsible for all those actions. So it's really stepping up and being that type of person rather than falling into a victim. A victim cannot have the ability to adapt, right? And then embrace the change or suffer on to the holding pattern. It's really, as my friends say, what's in your way is the way. Embrace the change. The quicker we can do that, because change is the only constant, we allow energy that is getting stuck in resisting change or holding on to the past or suffering, we allow it to be part of the creative process. And for an entrepreneur, that creative process is the personal development, it's the growth in your business, it's the reaching out, it's where things can unlock in our mind that open up whole new doors. And so this key for an entrepreneur, number one, is being adaptable in life. No matter what life serves you, you can handle it. Number two, key is tenacity. I love this. And it's really the idea, I can do this versus I can't. If you've been in a business or you've got children, you've got grandkids, whatever your situation might be, and we're talking to someone and we hear them say, I can't. Oh, I can't ride my bicycle. Oh, I can't go mention this to my friends. I can't make a video and promote myself on social media. I can't. It's this reinforcing storyline that really doesn't allow someone to break free of the comfort zone. Whereas tenacity says, hey, you know what? I can. Let me tell you what I can do versus what I can't do. That's the type of person that you're looking to bring yourself into your business and into your life. Someone that's saying, hey, you know what? I'll figure it out along the way. I don't know what it's going to be right now, but I'll figure it out. Tenacity. Rising to the challenges of life. Rising to the challenges in your business, in your interpersonal relationships, in your family relationships. Whatever it might be. If you're in sports, setting goals, tenacity gets you to those goals. If you lack tenacity, it's going to be really hard to follow through when things get tough. And as we know, things get tough, right? Tenacity also involves making a decision and having firm-hearted commitment, right? It's not pretending that we're really doing a business. It's not pretending like you're really in a marriage. It's not pretending like you're really in a project with someone. It is full on, I'm in, and tenacity with it. Be the rock for the family, the group, of the business. When life gets hard, and it will, be the rock for yourself and be the rock for everybody else around you. That's the sign of a leader. Break away from the crowd and do what needs to be done because you're capable of doing it. Having that radical belief in yourself, the tenacity to move through these challenges. So super key, right? So we've got adaptability. We got tenacity. And number three on the list, trust. Now, this is a big one, right? Because ultimately we're all experiencing trust issues regarding our life, religion, relationships, business. I can do this, I can't do this. There's fear, there's trust. There's all these things at a psychological level that are pulling on us. As an entrepreneur dealing with hardships in life and the challenges, we need to rise above this and have trust. And that trust really stems from having spiritual principles in place and having a deep connection to your why. Why are you here? Why are you showing up in your business? Why do you need to manage your business to work for you? Why are you in a relationship? Why are you in a project? And when things get challenging, you trust that this is part of the process. It's connected to your larger goal in life. Things happen for a reason. Provide an opportunity to grow, heal, and learn. That's also really fitting into like being responsible for everything that's happening in your life rather than being a victim. So believe that the trusting is that, hey, this unfortunate situation happened to me. I accept it, and I'm going to look for how it's going to add value and grow in my life. Be curious where the path will lead you from now. This curiosity is such a wonderful thing to really bring into all our relationships. Being curious of why someone sees the world differently from you, why someone has the objection that they do, why someone doesn't follow through with their words. You know, this curiosity allows us to deal with life's challenges and see like, okay, from here, what's possible for me? What am I not seeing? What has this opportunity now opened the doorway to look at something different? You know, that's the entrepreneurial mindset, right? Letting go and moving forward. We don't want to dwell on the past too far. All of us are going to experience hardships in our business, in our relationships, in our health, in our family. It's all part of this wonderful experience here on planet Earth, right? It's how we show up for those challenges that will really determine our overall health, wealth, and happiness, right? And I have found in my experience that 3 keys for me is my ability to be adaptable, right? My ability to have tenacity, to go farther than I think I can. You know, be the rock, be the leader for the group when other people lose faith. And number 3, have trust. You know, for me, that's attached to higher principles of like meaning around my spiritual life, but it's also trusting in myself that yes, I am capable. We are not dealt things in our life that we are not capable of overcoming. And so when life deals you major challenges, you can do it, right? And that ultimately leads us to taking risks, you know, jumping to the other side. And for me, this whole experience with Enagic over the last 8 years, and also within my own personal life, my marriage with Kristen, my wonderful business partners and things, I've seen things go up and down and change, right? And they will continue to. And what I've been really blessed to see is that as a leader, it's really looking for those opportunities to continue to move forward on my mission, right? And not to get distracted and stuff, but to become more interested, more curious, more passionate about moving forward and inviting people to be part of that. So in review, I want to thank you guys all for being here. We're going to just keep this short and sweet. I'd love to hear your feedback, any comments you want to make in the section. But my recommendations is when a life deals you challenges and hardships from all the different areas that it can, have a true entrepreneurial mindset that allows you to be adaptable, tenacious, and have trust that everything is going in the right direction for you, but you need to accept the consequences and you need to move through them and start working on the opportunity. Now that's easier said than done, but you can do it. So once again, my name is Kreel Hutchinson. I hope you've enjoyed the 3 keys of the entrepreneurial mindset to overcoming challenges. I'd love to, I'm live here, so if you want to have any questions regarding this or any comments or anything in general, feel free to reach out. And if not, then we'll also just wrap it up there. We will, of course, be back next week. Wade will be coming either live from India or else I'll be jumping on. We'll see what happens. But we really do appreciate everybody jumping on and supporting. While I've got a couple of minutes, I'll also let you know about some key events coming up. So in September, we all get back to work full time, right? And I hope you're all enjoying a wonderful summer. But there's some key events happening in November to be aware of that you really want to have on your calendar moving towards. And that's going to be the Las Vegas event put on by Fred Brown and his a wonderful group. And that's going to be November 1st to 4th. And details, I think it's Living the Dream. There's a YouTube, there's a Facebook group. You can find it. We've also posted on the Prosperity and Health Alliance Facebook group. Also, there's an event the weekend after, so you could double dip here and have a great time and go all the way to Hawaii with Siha Top's amazing Top Team Hawaii group. They're going to be hosting on the 10th of November. It's going to be a full day Saturday, but of course, there'll be stuff happening on the Friday, and then there'll be a big party on the Saturday. So you want to go for the whole weekend. So those are the events, and stay tuned for a lot more from us. And I want to thank you, everybody, for your attention. And remember to show up with an entrepreneurial mindset and have the adaptability, the tenacity, and the trust to turn your challenges into life into the best growing possibilities, and to really strive you towards your mission and your vision for what you want to create. Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye, Leslie.